Recording. Okay.
Okay.
So take it away.
Where is Sweet Home? In the middle of
Sweet Home.
Oh, that's there in the background.
So I'm gonna just collapse that so it's you can access it there.
And the recording, can you collapse there?
Collapse that. We can pull them up. You got Sweet Home. You want to expand that. Okay. So welcome everybody. Get out those notebooks and pens because
your light on.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you very simply like how to use Sweet Home 3D. And what I use Sweet Home 3D is in the beginning, actually before we moved on to FreeCAD, we used Sweet Home to do all the modeling for the houses. So you can do that, but we found that FreeCAD is much better for all the technical model. Sweet Home is better, in my opinion, to do the conceptual design. Like you want to do the floor plan, just kind of like the elevations, the facade, just get a sense for the flow of the house and the colors and all of that. So I'm just going to show you how to use it. So first, this is Sweet Home 3D. You just download it. It's probably available for every platform. And then this window here, you have like a library. I imagine that Marcin just kind of like downloaded the
expand the screen size there.
Yeah. He just downloaded like the bare minimum, which like whatever the standard download is, but you can get a lot of free like elements for your library. And I'm just gonna go into preferences and I'm gonna make a few changes just because I'm used to doing things differently. It's not open preferences. Oh, here we are. Okay, so I want to see the library has a searchable list and I want to use the rulers visible, wall thickness. It's already in inches. Okay, so this should be okay. Here we are. So now you can see like all of your library. It has all sorts of like cute things. So this was an application created by a software engineer who's also an interior designer for interior designers. So it's like a way to sketch interior design. So that's why we have plants and chairs and all sorts of things. But we can design like a building in, and people like we started doing that a few years ago. Other people started doing it too. So this is like your library. You basically can just drag things into here, and they show up in your. So the four places are the library. This is like your. What do you call like your sketch? Your sketch, like it's like a top view. Like you would. This is where you only see it from the top. It's like your floor plan. This is the 3D view. It doesn't have like as much like views like in options. Like it's always centered. Like you can't move it from side to side. You can change from 3D view from aerial view, which is this one, to virtual visit, and then you can just put this visitor wherever you want to. Like sometimes you need this for more complex models just to see things from a different perspective. You can also record videos, you can take photos of it, you can do rendering. So there's a lot of like tools here. I'm just going to show you the basic. So this is like your floor plan, this is your 3D view, and this is basically the list of objects that you have on your model. I'm just going to delete this one because I don't want, I'm going to need sunglasses to see the keyboard. Okay, because I don't want it there. And now I'm just going to show you how I would start designing a house. So the first thing I'm going to find is the one thing that I use over and over again. I'm going to go here and search for a box. And here's my box. And I'm just going to...
So you're generating things from scratch as opposed to importing your library of wall modules, etc.?
Yeah. I'm going to show you how to generate a wall module and then how to make it into a reusable object and then how to make a library. So you can do all of this. I'm just going to start. I've been doing less and less of the library because I've noticed that like the buildings we do, they change so rapidly at this stage that I don't have a stable library, so it's just easier for me to generate them for each building. And you're going to see why that is. So I just grabbed the box. This is a box. Oh, first of all, I'm going to change the 3D view here just because I don't like this color. It's hard to see. Modify 3D view, and I'm just going to make the sky. Let's see if it has any textures. You probably didn't download any textures. There are textures. Okay, I'm just going to pick like a darker blue there. I can see it better now. Maybe I'll change the ground as well. The ground, I'll make it like this. Alright, so now I can see it well. Okay, so I just drag it randomly here, and now you have two options. You can do this by placing things on this map here, and they will snap to the grid and all of that. You can do it manually. I got started in 3D design and printing with OpenSCAD, which is like a programmable CAD thing. So I got used to just doing parametric design. Like I rarely use the mouse. I just enter numbers and coordinates. So I'm going to do that. You don't have to do that, but that's just how I'm used to doing it. So I'm just going to double click on it. And it says it's furniture. So it treats every object as furniture. So from now on, just whenever the word furniture appears, just think object, right? Because we're going to do something with this software that is not designed to do, but it works well. Okay, so then you have a name, right? And I'm just going to call it wall. I'm just going to call it wall there, right? And then, okay, let me just change the, I like to work in inches. Can you see the, here. I'm going to do inch fraction. Okay, there we go. So again, I'm just going to double click on it. I opens this control panel that has all the properties of this object. And it's like, it says it's 36 inches wide by 36 inches deep by 36 inches in height. So I want to make a wall module. So I'm going to say the width is dx. So it's like that. I want to say that it's 48 inches. That's like 4 feet. The depth is going to be the thickness. So I'm going to make it 6 inches. And then the height, I'm going to make it 120 inches, so a 10-foot module. Okay. And now I want it to be white, so I'll just go over here and pick white. But you can also give it a texture, like tiles or whatever. Or we can even do something, this is the function that I use the most, which is I can make it different colors, where the back, for example, like the interior is white, and the front, I'm going to leave the interior white, and the front, I'm going to say that it's a texture. I'm going to search for wood, and this one, I'm going to pick this one. Okay, and we got a wall module, right? So out of just that box. So that box is this one object that I use over and over again to make almost everything. There's only 2 objects I use here, all in the windows. Okay. Now, I do want to place it correctly. So the registration point, like, okay, so in FreeCAD, if you want to position this with numbers, this is the edge that counts, right? You tell it put it 30 inches, it's going to put this point here at 30 inches. In Sweet Home, it's the center. So if I want this corner to be on the 0, point, I have to tell it to go to 24. So I'm going to do 24 here and 3 here. And that's going to put that corner on the 0. You see it there? So it's kind of the middle. So you have to kind of like do some calculations.
Is there a way to change that setting?
There is not,
Okay.
unfortunately. So you keep having to do these calculations. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, say I want to do a bunch of walls. I'm just doing Control-C, Control-V, and I got another one. And now it gets fun. Now I'm just going to select this one first, and then do Shift, and select this one. And I'm going to go to Furniture, and say, align side by side, and boom, it snaps them into place. And you just keep going, building your wall, right? Now I want to put another one on the left. I don't want to just one wall, so I'm copy it, and I'm going to do, you can just manually turn it to 90 degrees. And now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna select this one, select this, oh, where's the shift? Select this one, and do furniture align on left, and furniture align on top. Now obviously it's overlapping and I don't want that, so I'm just gonna go in here and add 6 inches here. And boom. So now we start to have our house, and we have different color, different texture for the inside and the outside. Usually in the beginning I don't care much about this, but in the end I do want to put different texture because I want to see what it looks like, right? Okay, now I'm going to show you. So these are just basically 4x10 wall modules. Now I want to make a window module. That's different. So I'm just going to create a new file here to show you a new window, and I'm once again going to get my box, going to drag it into there, but instead of making it 4x10, I'm just going to start making cubes that form a window. So say I want my window to, how much do we normally do from 80 minus 60? I'm going to do it at 20 inches. So it's still going to be 48 wide. It's going to be 6 deep. And I'm going to make like 20 here. 20 inches. So, again, the 3D view. Okay, so you can see it. So it's just like this little thing, right? I'm going to position it at the 0, 0 by doing 24 and 3. Okay, there it is. And now I'm going to copy it and make another object. And this one I'm going to say that it's 6 wide and 60 high. I'm just going to basically like be making blocks. Okay, so now that's one. I'm going to make another one. Okay, so now I have these, and then I'm going to make a fourth one, a copy of this one. And this one is going to be 120, 80, 20, 40 high. Okay. So I got all of these. These are my building parts. Okay, so I'm just going to, first of all, like if you don't want to see something, I'm going to turn off this one. I don't want to see it right now. I'm going to select my initial box and one of these skinny ones, and I'm going to line on left and on top. So now you see it's like right there. It's on top of this one. But I actually want this to start where this one ends. So I'm going to select it, double click it, and increase the Z, the elevation to 20, which is the height of the other one. So now one is on top of the other. And now I'm going to do the same with this other one. Align on top, align on right, and then give it an elevation. And now this last one, I'm going to turn it back on. I'm going to align it with everything again, on top and on left. Top and left is usually where I align everything. But now I'm going to make it 80. And we have a window module. Okay, from these parts. Now we can also group these, so I'm just gonna, for organization purposes, I'm gonna just select them, do furniture group, and I'm gonna call it window mod. Wait, I can see window module. But now I kind of want to put a window in there as well. So now we can go to our library, and there is a section on doors and windows. I just missed it. And so you just pick a window that you like. Where's the one that I normally use? Oh, here we go. I like this one. So again, I'm just going to drag it in there anywhere. And now I'm going to give it my parameters. I want it to be 36 wide by 60 high by 6 deep. And then in terms of elevation, it's going to be at 20. So again, I'm just going to pick... I'm going to pick this and do furniture align on top. Oh, for some reason it's flat. Okay, I guess I gotta rotate it. Oh, this is an old version. Normal, yeah, see what's going on here. This is an old version. It's not giving me the Z. How old is this version? It's not letting me do a Z rotation. Why is the window... Okay, normally this window would be upright on the latest version. I don't know what to do with this version. Why? Okay, well this one is upright, so I'm just going to use that one and delete this one.
It started upright.
Oh, it started upright?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
one
Then
started upright.
it's user error. Where's delete? Let's just get it. Width 36. Oh, I got this wrong. It's 60 by 6. There we go. All right. So now I don't want it rotated. There we go. I'm gonna delete this one. Okay, so again, I'm gonna align it over there. And 24. Okay, so we got our wall module, and I can also make it white. So I'm just going to make it white, because that's kind of nice.
Did you group those two together as a group? The window and the wall?
I did not, because sometimes we can do that. I'm going to create an object now that you can import to create a library, and I'm going to put the window on it. Oftentimes I don't include the window on it because I want to try different styles of windows. So I want to keep the module and the window separate. And the same thing with doors. I want to try different styles of doors. So we can try and do that. Okay, so now we have this group here, right? And it doesn't have to be in a group. And what I'm going to do, like, we don't want to... You can just grab this folder, do copy and paste on your other thing, and it will be there, like the whole thing. But this becomes like unmanageable after a while. And you can treat this group as an object. You can position it as a single object. Like if I want to... Here, it's like a 24 in 3, right? It's right there.
Oh, it's just an
But this becomes a little unmanageable. So we kind of want to sometimes create a dumb object that doesn't have all of those parts. So to do that, I'm just going to select the parts that I want to make into that object, and that is just the frame. I'm not going to put the window in it. I'm going to go to 3D view, export to OBJ format, and then I'm just going to put it in the desktop. Window module, and it's selected OBJ, and this has and I'm going to do export selection instead of export all. So I just wanted to export what I selected. Okay, and it did it. So now if I go into my other file, I can do furniture, import furniture, choose model, and now I'm on the desktop, window module OBJ. There's going to also be an MTL. That's because my object has texture, so it exports like information about color and texture and things like that. But you just need to keep these in the same folder. You don't need to do anything about it. So you're just going to open it, and there it is. Oh, I like it. continue, then it tells you, are you sure? Do you want to rotate it, change it? So it lets you change how the object behaves, the color, all the properties. I normally don't change anything. And I'm going to delete this folder here. If I could see the delete. Delete, okay.
So review, so you took that old file, you deleted one wall and added your window?
Yeah, well, right, I can now, here, I'm just turning off all the other ones. And now here's my window. And by default, usually when we import it, it's going to put it at the 0, 0 position. So here's my window, and now I can put another wall next to it, right? So again, I'm going to align them side by side. Furniture, align side by side. There we are. And now again, I can go in there and look for a window. And now I can put the window in this file like we did the last time.
What? You didn't export with the window?
No, and the reason I don't export with the window is because I want to try different styles of windows, so I don't want my module to be like, you know, to only have one window. I want to be able to put different ones in it. So again, we'll do like 36, the depth is 6, the height is 60, and then I want it at 24, 3, and 20. And there we are. And then you just keep going. And now again, I want to make a roof. I can just once again copy this box. You're just basically using the same shape over and over again to create different things out of it. And the roof is going to be, I don't know, 120, 96, 10, and it's at an elevation of 120, 60, 48. And boom, we got a roof. So you're just taking this box over and over and over again and making things out of it by changing its dimensions. That's all there is. Now there is another shape that I use, which is, I think it's a triangle that it's called, yeah. So again, this is a little more complicated, has more parameters, but you know, you can make a slope roof out of it, right? So that's my like slope roof right there. Can rotate it so it's in the correct, oh yeah, here's the rotation. I'm going to rotate it on the Z. There we are, right? And make it the same dimensions as the roof. Now I rotated it. I need to remember that the dimensions are upside down. And line on top, line on left, and we have a sloped roof. So you can make floors, like anything, doors, everything, like using this basic strategy. Now, we get to a point where, okay, we developed enough of these modules that they don't change enough that you want to have a library. So now how do you make a library, right? So we already went in here and we exported this into an object. So now this object is reusable. Now if we want to make an actual library, we can use something else called also downloadable from the Sweet Home 3D website, which is the Furniture Library Editor. And I haven't used this one in a while, but it's probably very simple. Okay, I'm going to create a new library. Please. Is it not working? Okay. No, I don't want to open one. Import furniture. Okay, let's assume this is already like a new library, and I'm going to import that one that I created, that window module. Here we are. Oh, it is working. Okay. So now I'm gonna say it's in the, you can just fill it out whatever you want, name it, category, like it could be, I can create a new category, I think, or unknown. Can change it, like several aspects of it. Okay, so now I did this, and now I only have one object, so I'm gonna import it twice.
Okay, so what's this library editor do?
It takes, you have two options to import objects into Sweet Home. You can import them individually, or you can import them as a library. So say you already designed doors and windows and everything, and you don't want to import them one at a time, every single time you use Sweet Home, right? You have a library, you're gonna say, here's my library. Someone can get it. So I'm creating a library, it's a package.
Of individual parts?
Yes, of individual objects, yes.
All right, so the library.
Right, so I'm just gonna import another one, which is basically the same one, but just so to show you what it looks like. And here's,
Am I able to design a chair in FreeCAD and then import it into this one?
you can, you have to, this only accepts OBJs. So but FreeCAD will export as OBJ. Is it sometimes there's noise?
Yes.
So it's kind of hit and miss. I've tried that. Yeah, sometimes I'll do that. Like one thing that is missing here is like it doesn't have arches, like in right. So that's a shape that I like. I use in FreeCAD, but here
What's a
is
clean
missing.
way to generate OBJs outside of FreeCAD?
What are OBJs? Pointer makes OBJs.
I think almost all CAD produces OBJs.
And
It's
FreeCAD
just
sucks at it, or what?
like going from one application to the other is always in CAD is always iffy. Like it's the same with Blender. I used to create transparencies in Blender to import into this, and it kind of worked, but oftentimes I had to go back and forth between the two a while until I got something that, okay, this is what I want. So it's always a little iffy. There's compatibility.
Does that also apply if you're trying to export files from Vue to FreeCAD?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, if you were to import this OBJ, you may get some weird
I have a
stuff.
question for anyone in the crowd. Is there any gaming software that allows you to generate like building geometries? easily?
Yes, The Sims. The
Oh, The Sims.
I used to do that all the time.
Sims
Sims 3 is the best one for generating.
Oh, yeah.
um,
I heard about
I
that,
mean-
yeah.
If
People.
Can you, so say in Sims, can you do like stuff that's relevant to the modeling the stuff we do, or no?
Yeah, I mean, it's
She's
like,
bouncing
you
around.
can do like a 3D model and like, of it kind of similar to
hope
this.
she
The only
likes
thing you
snow.
can't do is, well, maybe you might be able to, I think you got mods, but you can't export like a blueprint, for example. And I don't know if you can export the file of the house, but you can like design a house in
Yeah,
in the
right. Yeah.
I have a question. So you can create a library, and it sounds like you have a library of like window modules, door modules,
Yeah.
wall modules. Is that something that's shareable? Like, can you have your library
Yes.
on the wiki for all of us to
Yes.
access and use?
Yes, yes. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so I just imagine that it's not just two windows, two identical ones. It's an actual library. So I'm just going to somehow save library here at the desktop and say my library and save it. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Sweet Home here where I have my beautiful house. And I'm gonna do furniture, import furniture library. My library was successfully imported. So this is like I'd never had this fail once. This always works. So Sweet Home is like really stable. Okay. And now I go to user maybe, or no, I gotta take this off. And here's my window as an object. So the same file that I just imported, you can just put it anywhere for other people to download. In fact, when you download Sweet Home, should also download all the libraries, and almost all of those libraries were created by other people for Sweet Home, not by the Sweet Home people. And they're going to have names by the companies or the groups that created them or the individuals that created them. So anyone can create a library, except that most people create libraries of like
Nice.
plants and like decor objects, and we're creating walls and roofs and things like that. Yeah.
Is it a good time for questions now?
Yeah. This was this was like the grand tour, so.
So I couldn't help but notice that it used Z for up and down.
Yeah,
Why? Is there a way to make that use Y for up and down?
no.
Oh.
I mean, the coordinates X, Y, and Z on all CAD are always the same. You can never, yeah.
But it's wrong. Y should be up and down. Z should be back and forth.
That's not the convention.
Only in algebra.
Right.
Yeah, well, why not just make it all like that?
In CAD, the
Make-
convention is that Z is always up and down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sense.
and then you can get very complex because they also have they're gonna tell you the yaw, like which way do you tilt, so it can get really complex. So X, Y, and Z is like the basic.
Let's see, I have another question.
Yeah.
So now the library is just drag and drop. You have a whole bunch of
Yeah,
things.
and
you drag
now
drop.
the library in this install of Sweet Home, I'm just gonna save this, like save as my design. Did I put it on the desktop? Okay, and now if I close it, I'm gonna close Sweet Home. Yeah, save it. Window. And how do I open Sweet Home again? Button.
Going to just look for Sweet Home.
I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
When designing a house aesthetically, do you use tricks like the golden rectangle to make it pleasing to the eye?
Yeah, I mean you use like yeah,
It's a rectangle.
the golden ratio. Yeah, I do use that. Yes.
Okay.
You have an example of where you used it in the design for the house that we built?
Well, this I don't know. Like I will use it like once I start like expanding it, like adding more to it. At this point, like we have to start with the rectangle, right? I mean, there's not much. So then there I play more with depth and color and texture and height.
Did you create a model for the Eco Home 7 in Sweet Home?
I did.
Is that available on the wiki?
It should be, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's kind of messy. It's a
somewhere.
little dirty because I'm not done
Okay, show 'em
playing
what we
with
got.
it. Okay. Where's Chrome?
So yeah,
Just
it's not
Firefox.
SH7. So
Oh,
That
it's
link should be
Firefox, no
Yeah.
Chrome. Is Firefox open?
um,
You
Yeah.
had to hover over that again. Click
Yeah,
that.
there's only Firefox on this computer.
Oh,
Yeah, click on that.
yeah. Okay, here we go. Is there a shortcut to the wiki?
I have another question.
Yeah.
So on here, as my dad's downloading it, it talks about how you should like click wall drawing and then do all that, and then
Yeah.
then you add stuff.
Yeah,
You don't
so-
seem to be doing that.
No,
Would
right.
it make more sense to do the click wall drawing and then fill that out with the wall modules?
Sometimes I do that, but then I quickly run into the limitations of that issue. Like at some point, like I need to break it down into modules and things like that. So I've done that. I'll do that. Like if I just want to get like a really quick and dirty, but I always end up having to delete or put aside that model and start from scratch.
But
Later.
wouldn't you want to use the original model as a base and then put the wall modules, so you aren't conforming to the wall modules as much when you're actually building it? You might need to have like a half wall module to make it
Yeah.
the right size.
No, but
else-
okay. So, but I show you how to do it. Normally, what I'll do is like, I will not make my walls 4 feet. If I have a 6 foot span of wall, I'll just make it 6 feet. You see what I'm saying? Like I will not individually. But then the problem is like there's other functions on Sweet Home that you can't use when using their own walls, and it's just like really cumbersome to change. I just I do that, but every time I do it, I regret it. So that's basically the gist of it. But you can try. Like different people will have different SH7.
Yeah. So CAD should have it. Go to CAD. Number line 6.
Just need automated tools.
So. Is it in your graphical index? Okay, where is this thing
No.
hiding? Just go to your folder. Go to your Google folder.
Oh yeah, I can go to my Google folder. How do I go there? If I go here, I can probably get to it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, how do I go up a level?
Hey, Marcin, I have an unrelated question while she's looking for that.
Yeah.
When we build these wall modules, we have one sheet of OSB per pair of studs, and I guess when carpenters typically frame a house, they will have the OSB staggered
Yep.
across the studs, which I suppose is supposed to help prevent shear. Do you think that's a meaningful concern when building a house with modules like we do, or do you think it's...
As long as you nail off between each successive module with 2 nails every 16 inches, you pretty much make that into a monolithic joint there, so it's effectively what the carpenters do. Yeah, we questioned that initially, and then the engineers and all the feedback we got was, no, that doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you showed this module-based approach to like structural engineers? That
Yes, so when we got this thing engineered, they considered that and they okayed it, yeah.
Really?
So the model,
Interesting.
Katrina, did they have the actual the CAD where we gave them the OSB pattern and the module pattern, and they said, yeah, that's just legit, because as long as those studs are connected, that's treated like a single, like a block of
You
wood.
have to follow a specific nailing pattern, like, and also.
So they'll
yeah.
tell you, okay, just make sure you nail it all.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is like we would use like a hurricane straps connecting the trusses to the wall, so that creates like
we did
another.
not do, or did we do?
We did.
We did.
Was that the metal?
Metal.
Oh, that's a hurricane.
Yeah, so that adds it up. And then the last thing is that in this case we're using metal siding, so that's going to bond everything. And the metal siding is 3 feet,
Oh, that's interesting.
so that's going to bond everything.
Yeah,
and it's
that
also
makes-
pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another case for the metal as opposed to the vinyl, because the vinyl ain't gonna do much.
No, it doesn't add structural integrity.
Right.
Interesting.
We're talking about vinyl versus metal, and metal costs
Yeah.
$1 a square foot.
You know, I don't like the vinyl, right?
Yeah.
You like the metal more aesthetically?
Yeah, I just have a think about plastic.
Yeah.
It bugs me.
Plastic
So-
covered house.
I
Yeah.
have a question. Have you used SketchUp a lot, and how would you say this compares to SketchUp? Like, are there things that it does better or does worse, or?
I have not used SketchUp a lot. I use it a little bit in the beginning because I'm so used to doing parametric design. SketchUp bugged me, like I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just approximate, I want to put this very precisely, and that, so I kind of like, and then once I had FreeCAD, I didn't have any reason to go anywhere else, yeah.
SketchUp's no longer free either.
Is this
Okay.
for,
You're
is
right,
this
on the open source, man.
Sweet Home Designer thingy, whatever it's called? Is it free and open source?
It's free and open source.
okay.
There is a version. I was trying to install it on a Mac, and apparently they stopped supporting the Mac version. Is only now available with the subscription, but the Linux and the Windows version are entirely free.
But so if there's a subscription possible, is it still open source?
It's still open source.
Huh.
because you can still take the code and compile it. You just, what they're saying is like, if you want the easy one,
If you want the
if you want the, the plug and play, then you can get the subscription, but you can still download the code and compile it and do whatever.
Okay,
yeah.
so if you compile it yourself, you get the premium one without paying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can still like make your own version, right? But if you just want download their install app, their install, then okay. So I just downloaded this, and where did it go?
Probably to downloads.
Downloads.
The folder. Open folder.
Okay. So I'm gonna open it. Okay, this gives me an opportunity to show you another feature of Sweet Home that I like. Okay, so this is like the initial model. Like I keep making changes to it, but one thing that it also has something called levels. And levels are usually like first floor, second floor, blah, blah, blah. That's why they call it levels. But I use them to plan out the expansion. So we start off with the seat, then I gave it the interior, then I can give it the main bedroom. It's gonna be in the back there, right? Actually, what I'll do is like I'll look at it from the top here so you can see it grow, and I'm gonna turn off the roofs.
Marcin, another question about that shear thing. So if you were framed a house the standard way and you did not stagger the OSB, it would be less resistant to shear. And the reason that we can get away with that here is because we have those redundant joists that are stapled together. So if we somehow were doing this without the redundant joists, then it would fall prey to shear more. Is that because it's the nailing together of the redundant studs that...
That is, but if you do wall modules where you stagger the OSB a little to the side, so you can catch, that stud catches both, then you'd still be okay. You see what I'm saying? And in fact, we did that in CD Go Home 1 and found that in practice it was very difficult to build.
The overlap.
Oh, we did that, yeah.
You did it without the overlap, or without the redundant studs?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and so that it would be, so every module was missing a stud so that effectively the OSB would overlap.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
basically like the,
I see.
like SIPs, except that they already had the studs.
Yeah.
Well, the SIPs, you have to put the studs in.
And
It was
so
very difficult.
You decided to just have redundant studs and nail them together. And then
Yeah,
it gives you the
because
same.
the price is nominal. It's like
Yeah.
a couple of $100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically what I was showing is that this allows you to kind of like plan out the extension, right? The expansion. So this will be like the seat, and then you add a bedroom there in the back, and then you add 2 more bedrooms there, and then you add the garage.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just basically using the levels functionality to do this.
So if I wanted to build this and add on to it, I could just download this Sweet Home file, and then I can just start looking around in there and add rooms. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd need to know how to do it. Basically, I designed this exact same way. I mean, they're like, like I just showed you, but so like basically all squares and triangles. That's it.
So if you're gonna add to the right, are you saying that, oh, now my coordinate is gonna be, say, like 360, and you have to remember those numbers? Or
You
But-
just, like,
but-
identify that by clicking
but-
on the wall you want to add to, and like going to properties to see its position.
you can drag it in a 3D view.
You can drag it on the, here. I mean, I use numbers, but you can just
Yeah.
drag and drop here. Like I can take this tab here and just put
Yes.
it in the garden. you know, and there it is. You got your
Best
your
yard.
jacuzzi. That was easy.
Koi pond.
Yeah.
This is cool. It seems a lot faster to prototype and get like
Yeah.
a visual than FreeCAD.
It is, and it's more visual. Right, that's why it's like it's not. You can still render it, and it will look pretty decent. You know how like you watch those TV shows where people are like remodeling houses, and they'll before they do it, they'll show you like these drawings. It kind of has that quality to me, and that's easier for me to kind of visualize what that's going to be in real life than with FreeCAD.
So
And
show
it's
how
just-
it renders.
Does FreeCAD have a 3D rendering like this? Or, yeah?
No, the workflow there is you can just export to a thing like Blender.
Let's see. Create photo. I never rendered this, so it's probably from, yeah. It might take a very long time in this computer.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But you can, I mean, on the
It does.
website, on the 3D Home website, you can see the renderings that people did, and they look like those sketches. They look pretty decent.
Those computers
Yeah, you
are
can get nice
Yeah.
nice pictures and renders.
You can get
straight out of
nice
this.
pictures and renders,
Very
and you
good.
kind of get a sense. Another thing they were like is like, you kind of get the in FreeCAD because you can move so much of it. It's I don't have a perception of what the human level is because I'm looking at the house the whole time from the top, right?
Yeah.
Here I get a more of a sense that this is how it's going to feel like to a human. So that's why I kind of like it. And it has this bit of a cartoonish. You can make it look real with renderings. I don't mind staying at the cartoonish because I'm used to going from this to reality. So it's enough for me to picture what it's going to look like.
And you can also do useful house tours, so walk through the inside.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah. You
actually
can do
pretty cool.
videos. You can do walkthroughs. You can do photos.
Do you have the seed home with furniture in the inside?
This one has a little bit, has like the island and I've done some that this one I haven't really like. I got when I'm adding a fireplace there, but there's the bathrooms. If I hadn't taken out the tub and put it in the garden just now, but these are all to size, so I know that this is a 61-inch vanity. I resized it, so I'll know when I go to the technical module. These are all the correct sizes.
But the cool thing with Street Home is just drag all your furniture. Just model
Yeah.
what I mean. You got all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Like in
that comes
FreeCAD,
from
I
Street
have to
Home.
design my vanities, which I do, but at the planning stage, I don't want to be designing the vanity, right? I just want to throw something in there for reference. So all of these exist here in your.
So
in
drag
your-
drag and drop a few plants and couches and stuff. show
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the living room, and here we can put a
that. Throw some sofas in there.
here. I'm not seeing where I am. Oh, okay, here. There's a couch.
It's like you could put a person in it to see how
You
that
can
works
put
to
people.
scale.
There are people, I think. There are characters.
It's up.
Characters. Here we are.
You can have
Put a
build
horse
You even have a chicken.
Oh,
I used the chickens a lot when I was designing the greenhouse to see like, okay, this is the scale of the chicken, this is the scale of the coop, and
There's a horse.
you can have. Where did my
You can have
chicken
horse.
go?
Where's the chicken?
There's the
The
chicken.
horse
Where is
fit in
it?
the bathroom.
Oh, there it is.
There's the chicken. You can put the horse here too. Oh. I did not intend that, but that actually worked out.
I don't think the horse is in a comfortable position.
Horse is
All
not
right,
into it.
horsey, come over
Horse
here.
is
Go,
in the wall.
go all the way inside. And have the horse like talk to the. And you can just have fun. But this is good too for presentation. Like if you want to present this to someone, it's like a quick way to get like a sense, and you can put. I use the characters actually. Funnily enough, I do use the characters because to make sure that when we do stairs that they have the right height clearance. So I'll put like a 6-foot person there. It's like do they bump their head? No. So that's cool.
I had a question. So you were talking about it having a longer render time on this computer. So my house, I think, the desktop is like 6 to 8 years old, and can barely run like multiple tabs of Chrome.
Yeah.
What do I need in terms of like computer power to be able to comfortably run programs like this back to back?
Well, what we did was Marcin put together our computer. Basically, what you need is a gaming computer. That is the best computer you can get for CAD. That's what we have. But instead of just buying a gaming computer already set up, you can buy the parts. And Marcin, I'm sure you have documentation of this. And how much did they cost ours?
I forget.
But
But
they
it's
were
7
like a
years old
fraction,
already, so-
huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's just make your own computer.
Yeah,
Buy a
make your own
motherboard.
computer is the best.
I just got a motherboard.
Yeah.
It doesn't even
But you
have
just need
case.
to make sure that you get the components that a gaming computer would have. Like the graphics card, like the processors, like, and if there's some gamer selling their computer, buy it. Yeah, that would be the...
And not a MacBook.
I think you can spend like $600 or $700 and get a decent
Yeah.
one. Don't buy
Yeah,
any
I think that's what ours ended
Buy
up
used
costing, like
computer.
$500 each, but for $1,500 computers that if we bought them assembled.
If it's 5 years old, maybe it's 75% through its life.
So how do you go from here into the FreeCAD model?
Right, so then, okay, so then I go, okay, for example, I mean, I don't use this model at all, right? I just start from a new file from scratch, but I will start, okay, so first of all, I organize all my files here. I have the veranda, blah, 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 and I'm gonna have one that says, I start with the front wall of the seat. That's how I start. So I'm looking for that folder, wall, seat, right, front. This is, okay, this is my folder that tells me what the front of my, no, left seat, bath, bed. I just saw it. What did I miss?
So where do you have any examples of where you're using like the golden rectangle or ratio here?
No.
Okay.
No, because this is just, by necessity, this is a cube. I mean, I don't have any play here. Our requirements is we have to build houses that are easy and cost less, so, you know. I will use that once I start adding, like, I have an example, like adding like little planter boxes and things to kind of get those squares, like, progressively. But I don't normally just go and do it directly. It's just basically an eye thing. You look at proportions and you think about what's feasible, and that's it. But okay, so to see, this is the back wall. Okay, my first module, like I said, I don't make them 48. I make the first one. Oh, it's not opening. Okay, it's like 67 inches and a half. Now I'm not going to make a module that size, so I'm going to take 48 out of that. I put the first module. So then I start just basically replicating this in FreeCAD. And then what happens is there's a back and forth between them, because here I was like, oh, here's a triangle, boom, roof, right? When I get to FreeCAD, it has to be code compliant, it has to be buildable, blah, blah, blah. Then everything is like technically correct. I'm using the actual lumber in all the parts. So then I was like, okay, this is not going to work. For example, like one of the things that happened was the roof on this house ended up being not lower, but not as high as on the previous house, and I needed that height to nest the additions. So then we added that height to the wall. But that's something I only realized once I was in FreeCAD and looking at the technical details. So then I came back here and maybe I didn't even change these walls. No, these walls are still 9 feet. That's how I originally designed it. But eventually, now that I'm done with the technical, I'm going to go back to this one and change it to reflect the reality. And that's...
Does this house have a range hood? Like the one you've got in Maysville?
Yeah. Range hood.
Where
What do
is
you got for range hood?
We're going to have a range hood. The question is, can we vent it out?
Yeah, we can vent it out the front.
We could vent it out the front, yeah. They always have a range hood. It's just the question is like, is it a filter range hood or is it
How
a?
do you?
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to put a hole in the roof. You mentioned in
yeah.
Maysville the range was on the
A wall.
exterior wall. So
Yeah.
how would you vent it in this one?
So
since
here
it's
we
on
were
the
just
interior?
saying it's got its own filter and we're not venting it. If we did want to vent it, we would go through the front. We have to go through the front because on the side is the bedrooms and the back is bedrooms. So you can only go through like the veranda and have a little thing. So the bathroom
Yeah.
fan is already coming out the veranda, just like in the Sperry house. They actually had the bathroom vent. It was going into the front under the veranda.
Oh,
It
is
was look neat that they had a nice little white grate. It was acceptable aesthetically.
How would you do that here since how would you do that? I mean the range is on like the middle of the house essentially, right?
Middle of the house, so I would go into the ceiling cavity, so it would be above the cabinets which are in front of the wall.
Oh, you
so go
just
into the
run
cavity and run it out.
Run the duct between the
Yeah.
joists.
Yep.
Okay. I see.
And
Makes
that
sense.
actually hits pretty much right under the front veranda.
Mhm.
I'll do that.
The veranda goes reaches above the top.
Reaches above the top
joists.
plate.
Okay.
It's above. It starts above the top plate there. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I could do that. So how do people, like, the thing that's missing right now, like, I think there could be cool stuff with people just taking the conceptual, modifying this, but I guess the block is, you have to understand a little bit about design, and technically it's, you gotta learn a little bit, like what Katarina's showing here. It's not super, I mean, it's relatively easy, but you still have to sit down and actually do a good job and take the time to do it. And so far nobody's riffed on the existing designs yet.
I think Aaron did actually.
Oh, yeah.
I showed it to you.
Oh yeah. Aaron.
I think he used
did.
Sweet Home.
He actually lengthened it and asked him, "Oh, that's cool. That's an easy way to build." And he said, "Yeah, exactly that. It's like if I lengthen it, the addition is very easy. You don't have to worry about like the longer spans." So if you were to modify this, absolute easiest way to expand is just either east or west, because because that's just less considerations altogether. So there's a reason why trailer homes are long, because it's easy to build long, but wider it's more difficult to build.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just putting it on a truck?
No, not in terms of that, but in terms of it's just narrow spans, like the longer house, as opposed to making the house wider. Narrow spans are much more easy to build. It's just a thing.
Why?
Because of Joyce.
Because your
Joyce
roof,
fan
because
height.
your roof line is continuous. Like you just,
Okay.
you don't have to nest anything or interface. It's just like it's a, yeah,
It's like linear scalability.
yeah, it's linear exactly.
Then how long would you say that house would probably take you to make? Like, or to design?
to model?
not- To model.
This house,
How
Yeah.
long did it take?
I don't know because we keep going over it over and over and over again. So
Can we crank the basic, like the 720 square foot, like a month of
yeah.
conceptual time?
Oh, the conceptual.
Or like
The conceptual is just waiting for inspiration to strike, which is we're gonna build a box. How do we make it not look like a box, right? So that would be like a lot of times would be me like just going through permutations, looking at stuff, and then once we hit okay, we're gonna do a porch, and that's just gonna be the main thing about the house. Then it isn't.
When you say it's a box, it is a box, but I mean most houses, if you got rid of the rafters and the trusses on the roof, I mean,
But that's what I'm saying
Just
because we do
boxes.
flat roofs, they're boxes, but ours like we do flat roofs.
yeah, but
That's
it doesn't really affect the interior of the
No,
house, right?
not at all.
No, right. Oh, but the interior is again okay. So I did spend quite a bit, like what, 2 weeks on the floor plan because our interior is complicated because we have very strict rules for designing the interior. You're gonna see that all the bathrooms and kitchen are in one area, but they're still functional, right?
Yeah.
You still have this one serving the 2 bedrooms, this one serving still have an ensuite. An ensuite. You don't like it? He doesn't. He doesn't like
He
it.
does not like the box.
He does not like the box. No, he was like,
Sloped
I want
roofs.
a nice gable roof
That's right,
for my
sloped roofs.
dog house. So that took a lot of like.
Describe all the features which make this actually a nice house. It's actually a nice design,
Right.
as in publicly acceptable to a wide audience. So describe.
Oh, okay. Oh,
explain
not from
why
our
that is.
point of view, but
From
because
the public point of
the
view.
question is like marry what people want with our needs for construction. So our needs for construction is all of this needs to be concentrated. Like there's no plumbing outside of this, right? That's major. Like almost no house has that. It has to be expandable. So it needs to go this way and this way. So I need to know where all the doors are going to be in advance and everything. Like for example, like this opening here can be converted in the Sperry house, it's 2 windows, but the opening is still there, right? They take out those 2 windows, they attach their rooms, and so we have all of these different needs. But in terms of it, what people like, they like a nice open kitchen with a big island. So they can, the kids can sit at the island while they cook. They like pantry space. They need pantry space. In terms of bathrooms, usually it's like if you can get like a tub and a shower in the ensuite bathroom, that's great. But that's usually the more expensive houses. Here we're gonna do shower in this one and tub in this one. You gotta have 1 tub in the house.
Tub in the garden.
Or it could be in the garden.
Very modern.
Right,
design.
very modern.
Yes.
Do you think about stuff like heating and such during the conceptual phase?
Yeah.
Heating and plumbing and like piping and wiring and all that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this layout is exactly for that, right?
Look, all of the water stuff is right next to each other. You go,
Yeah.
like the laundry, or is
The laundry is here.
I mean,
So
look,
the
for
place
example,
with the
Andrew,
tub
it
is
took
back
you
inside
like
the
a day to do
bathroom.
2/3 of the entire plumbing for the house.
Yeah.
I mean, that is efficient. You don't get that from a regular
Right.
house.
Yep.
Why-
It'll take them a week. They do rough plumbing and then they do finished. It's like it's just simpler by
Yeah.
design. Yeah.
Why didn't you double the size of the bathroom and make a full-sized shower and an extra big tub instead of having 2 separate bathrooms?
Well, because people want usually an ensuite bathroom in the main bedroom and then another bathroom to serve the other bedrooms for other family members.
Okay.
It's like,
So
does
that's-
your mom let you use her bathroom?
No.
Nope.
Well, there we go. So usually like the requirements are a main bedroom with its own bathroom and a walk-in closet, closets in every single bedroom, 2 bedrooms additional to the main, so 3 total bedrooms, open plan kitchen with a big island, pantry,
Back porch.
yes,
Or
back
some kind of
porch
a
with
porch.
cover for your barbecue, right? So the back porch is like, people want that too.
Garage. I mean, garage is standard.
Garage is a big deal.
you can
Yeah,
build
especially
all this
here
without-
in the Midwest. Yeah, because you gotta have a place for all your boots and tools and stuff.
If one was to build this house, but they wanted like a 4th bedroom and they wanted a larger master bathroom that did have, so like a 3rd bathroom that was a master bathroom, had a separate shower and bath.
Yeah.
How would you go about doing that? I think Aaron did that. I didn't get to see what his layout was, but I'm curious. How
If you wanted a 3rd bathroom, I would
4th bedroom.
a 4th bedroom
It's like a 4-bed, 3-bath.
with with 2 baths being accessible, or with 2 ensuite. Just 1 ensuite, like 1 bedroom
Yeah.
with bathroom in
Yeah.
it. Okay, I would put this step here, put a door there, so then you have your 2 bathrooms that serve the other
So you'd flip
bedrooms
the
here.
tub and vanity.
Yeah, you'd flip this so that you'd have the same layout as
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
right? So you have 2 doors here. You can add another bedroom here or there. Well, let me show you what it looks like actually. There's 2 bedrooms here. You can, here I have the garage. You can extend it back. You can extend this corridor, another one back there. And then this bedroom, I would put another bathroom here and push the
You still have
bedroom
all the
out.
Plumbing. That's clever. Yeah. What would you do about the utility and the laundry closet? 'Cause you need a doorway there, right?
Oh, you do? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I would.
These are tricky constraints.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to, like, wing it here. You probably need to push it this way. But this is, like, weeks of trying to fit
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
And then usually you can get the first, there's like 9 out of 10, but that 10th is
Yep.
important and you cannot just let it go. So getting to something that fits our requirements and what people want from a house
Yeah.
is something.
So we've got the 3-bed, 2-bath down.
Yeah.
So next task would be the 4-bed, 3-bath for larger homes. If you want to build
Oh,
that.
probably what I would do is like I would move the laundry somewhere over here so that there's no more laundry here, or push it against here. We would see. Oh, maybe, yeah, put it, we'll see. I don't know. Could be over there too, yeah. Again, it's like you have all of these pieces and you gotta keep
Yeah.
shuffling them.
Are you avoiding going to a second floor? Just because of the
Right now
complexity?
we are, because it is not DIY. It is very, it's hard, it's more,
It's hard.
it's dangerous. It is, don't get me wrong, from a monetary point of view, if you only consider materials, it is the cheapest way to build a house. Because you get one roof, 2 floors, one foundation, 2 floors. You get double the space for the same cost of roof and foundation, which are the most expensive components, but it's very hard to build. And then the other thing too is like, it's also limiting in terms of who you can sell the house to, because only people, like if you have babies, you don't want to deal with stairs. If you're older, you don't want to deal with stairs. So there's only this slice of life where you can deal with stairs.
Now, what about a basement? Can you use this to design a basement?
Well, we can design a basement, but it's hard to build. It's very expensive.
Goodbye.
He's coming back.
It's pretty expensive, like all the digging, all the concrete. It's like, we wouldn't build it. Like if someone wants a basement, we would do is like put in the basement, we'll build the house on top of it, but get someone else to do it.
Marcin, with the bedroom in the quote-unquote backyard, I guess that's the master bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Does building that affect the main water line entrance and the sewage exit from the house? Because that is the wall that we were going to place those, right?
Right. So what we're going to do in Savannah, where we're probably going to build this, is we're talking. Yeah, that is an issue, and we decided, okay, we'll just bury those pipes at the first basic module level, and then we'll just build over that. That's what we kind of decided.
It's not a code. There's no code that says they have to be. The entrance has to be accessible.
Well, the outlet, if we use a pump vault, in which case we have to do that because the sewer is uphill from there. No, you can put it as wherever.
But we
the
said we were
closest-
going to do a trapdoor for it, so it'd still be.
Okay, so we still have some debate on it, but the trapdoor for a pump vault, I mean, I wouldn't do that. That's
No.
inside the house.
Okay.
You want to service it. You don't want to be servicing that in the middle of your ensuite, right? So probably just move it. So here, you don't have to go far. In this particular case, immediately comes to mind the pump vault is right there. You're going under the house and into or straight into there, and there's your pump vault outside. That's what I would do right
So you're
now
just
off the
taking
top of my head.
a further. Yeah, so I guess if
Yeah.
this was a slab, you're just burying both lines a little bit further to the corner of the house.
Yeah.
There's no other difference.
No difference. It's just 10 feet of plumbing pipe, which you have to grade properly because it has to have the proper drainage until it gets to the pump vault. But that's not too. I mean, 10 feet is quite manageable. But what's hard is like, for example, in the Maysville house, I had to go like 50 or 75 feet or more to the sewer, and that all has to be the proper grade. So it just takes time,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but here that's still quite easy with a pump vault.
Does the house have gutters anywhere? Because
Yes, it does.
It's sloped We
Katrina?
just haven't installed them.
Yeah, there's gutters on the
So
porch.
show the gutter assembly in the conceptual model, or you have
No,
that?
it's not. I mean, yeah, there's a gutter here. And then it's gonna have,
So the roof box drains onto the top of the veranda, which drains into a gutter?
no, the roof drains the other way.
So that's just
The
gutter
roof
or-
drains towards the back, so there's a gutter on the back.
Part of what we put on there, that like 2x10, I think comes off.
Does it?
It was just there
the
for
back
holding
of the
stable.
house. Okay, the back of the house gets
Do you have the model here? We have
Yeah.
FreeCAD here.
yeah. Why don't we show that real quick? Go to the. I think it's on the desktop. We have an SH7 here. No, we'll just download it real quick.
Okay.
Once the roof is raised, I mean, yeah, there's basically a slope and gutter on the back. That's all. Now I'm curious, what are you doing? What the back veranda is for real? It's taller.
No, I took off the
Oh.
roof.
Oh, okay.
So no gutters on the sides, just one in the front, one in the back?
No sides yet, because you don't need it.
They're drained like that. There's nothing. There's no.
Yep.
Where did it go? Did it download it?
Is there a reason we didn't add fire blocks to the framing, the wall framing? I don't know a lot about them, but I know my house has them because they've gotten in the way.
I think it's if you go a certain height.
Yeah. If you do
Like-
balloon construction, you have to have fire blocking, but it's when your walls are continuous from the bottom to the top, because then you run the risk of having the fire go from the bottom to the top. But
Are ours not? Are ours not?
at least not in this region. So codes are also like local. Like
But
you're gonna
this
have
is balloon construction.
no. No, because balloon construction is when you have a diaphragm like a floor or something, and the walls are continuous. Here, the walls end here, new walls start on top. So that's platform framing. Like you hit a platform, you start again. You hit a platform, you start again.
Guys, Jeremy's leaving now.
Goodbye, Jeremy.
I'm glad he said
See you,
so.
Jeremy.
You can't just dip out.
Wow.
Okay. He's just wanting to dip.
I want to just dip out. Yeah, we'll tell Rob.
So there's no fire blocks because code does not require them.
If we did the balloon framing, it would, but we're not used to it.
Is yours a 2-story house?
So,
No, it's one story.
do you understand that? I don't really get it. Like, how does balloon framing?
I think it has them.
Because-
I have them on
because
the garage
the-
wall.
Because of
I
how
guess because it's a fire hazard, like you can have explosions in the garage, and gas fumes. They're really picky about the construction of the garage walls.
So, how much more expensive is rock wool than fiberglass? For
I don't know. But it's more.
You'll be here.
Jeremy, I'm gonna skip a hug. I got a cold, so
Okay.
I would not for sure.
Goodbye, mannequins.
My friend.
the father sharing is caring.
That's
You
right.
see, this is why he didn't want it to be announced.
Yeah.
Imagine all the
I
time
don't-
you have said.
I don't like interrupting things, you know? Alright.
Something makes you think you didn't make this entire.
Have a good night, guys.
Goodbye.
Get home safe, Jeremy.
I don't think they made this.
Getting thin.
I don't
I
think
made this.
this entire thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to open FreeCAD. I don't know if I'm succeeding or not.
Probably 2 years ago.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah. We just
Just
think-
double click.
Why did you
double
make
click.
this?
That's
I
it.
did.
Where did you find this just now?
I did download it again.
Dad, why did you make this?
Because I was trying to design cheap, small homes.
What, father? Is this the house you want to live in? Dad.
No.
The laundry machine is so tacky.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're judging my design?
You did this? That's
Yeah,
great.
I did that 2 years ago.
Oh, you did? That's great.
I was gonna build it in my shop. It's 3 modules that can be built in my shop and then slid out.
Yeah?
And it's kind of all plumbing is in one spot, same idea.
So he just did that right now? or
No, I
you-
did that 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And,
How long
sweet
did it
home?
take you to build?
Oh, thank you.
How long would it take from the build?
It's not
but
opening much,
never
and I
figured out how to
don't
put a
know.
roof on it, so.
Go into
was,
Linux Mint menu and open
Hey, what about your
Open air.
Yeah.
Dad? What about the Unimog you just
Do you
sold
still
3
want the
months
building
ago?
father?
Maybe
It's
try
pretty
that.
Maybe with multiple wall modules.
This one?
I was going to do that.
Top this?
Yep.
You
Is it
think
still
you
something you want to
borrow
do?
that Unimog?
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe we got packed.
No.
Okay. This is it?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Slowing down.
Did you do tensile?
Okay, so there's a gutter right here. And then there's gonna be one on the back there,
I'm getting dizzy.
behind the fascia.
And are you just buying like Home Depot gutters? Yeah.
I seen a gutter video. This guy was trying to get the best gutters, and he was 3D printing them so it could clean itself up. It's open source.
It'd be really cool to get the die for folding them yourself, so you have seamless gutters as long as you want. They get the roll of tin, and they feed it through this die that just shapes it, and then it's as long as you want, no seams.
Yeah.
But we should open source that.
It's just like a hydraulic, right? Or pushing it, roll.
Yeah, it has rollers and just pushes the tin through the mold for gutters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else? Any other questions or anything?
Is the house wrap, is that the moisture barrier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. And you just wrap the whole house in that except for the roof?
Well, the house wrap is not technically a moisture barrier. The house wrap is the opposite of a moisture barrier. It's like
Moisture.
the promise of the house wrap is it doesn't let in water, but it does let vapor in and out freely. And we are technically required to put a moisture barrier inside on the walls, but here we don't do it because half of the year it's on the wrong place. So, I mean,
is that
yeah,
technically a code
engineers.
violation, or is that technically a code violation?
Well, it's not technically a code violation because we are allowed like a class 3 vapor barrier, so technically acrylic paint counts.
A what?
Acrylic paint will count as a vapor barrier, so I think we're not technically in violation, but we don't put like the actual like plastic vapor barrier because, I mean, building engineers are already saying, building scientists are saying like in certain climates you're much better off doing nothing and just let the building dry out.
Why do they say you want one? What is the theory
Well,
behind it?
the theory is that okay, so let's take the winter. Like if you're inside the house, it's warm and moist from showers, from cooking, everything. So all of that moisture is gonna travel towards the cold outside, but it condensates. So like if this is your wall, this is the exterior, all of that moisture is gonna condensate here. So what they want to do is like they want you to put the moisture barrier here so it never gets inside the wall. Now in the summer it's the other way around. If it's cool inside the house and humid outside, it's going to condensate on the inside face, so they want you to put the moisture barrier here on the outside so it never gets inside the wall. But what they're realizing is that in a lot of climates both of those things are true, especially in the Midwest. Very hot, humid summers, cold winters. So half the year.
Yeah, it seems like an obvious thing, but you're saying
Yeah.
that it's only just now being realize.
Right.
So you just don't have them in this
Yeah.
house.
But I think it's also because that's how long it takes for building science to catch up, just because they need to see how things
Yeah.
happen over
That's
20
fair.
years.
Yeah.
Like I follow this guy that he built the roof using rigid insulation like we do. And then he opened it up after 20 years because he wanted to see what would happen. And what he found out was that the sheets of insulation, like throughout the year, they will expand, contract, and expand, like most materials do. But every time they expanded a little less.
Oh.
So after a few years, he had the gap on
Yeah.
his sheet. So now that's why we do that pattern. So he said, okay, from now on, we do this pattern where it doesn't matter if gaps open, they're always covered. So, but it takes them 20 years to see how the material behaves, right?
Yeah. So we didn't install those. And those are the foam insulation.
Yeah, that's
panels
why
on the
there's
roof?
2 layers and they're staggered.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, yeah.
Because we could just get
Yeah,
like
yeah.
1 layer and be done, but then those
Yeah, that
cracks
seems interesting.
wouldn't be open. That's why you always do 2 layers. Like even if you only needed 1 inch of insulation, you still do 2 layers for that reason.
That's clever. Okay.
But no, building science is fun in the sense that it's so primitive still. That we're still finding out all of these things and it takes decades to find out, but
So like the Rapid Learning Center, are you gonna wrap it?
Yeah, that's gonna get metal siding, just like
it's gonna wrap it and get metal
it's gonna have
siding.
house wrap insulation and metal siding, photovoltaics on top.
Same thing for the hanger?
For the
Yeah.
hangar, we do the flat roof with photovoltaics. We're gonna put the offices and research facilities right on the roof. Just pick them up with a telehandler there. It's designed for multiple stories, so we can actually put, like, right now, practical thing would be putting my office right up there. So I
Like,
can jump
you're
right
gonna
down.
put,
Yeah,
even
we-
though the roof is sloped, you're gonna
It's-
add another story?
Yeah, yeah. It's a very slight slope, so we can either bounce it out, like put in a new floor, or live with that slope. I mean, you can hardly see that slope. I mean, it's minimal. It's 1.5%. It would be safe to to work on it, you know. If you have a small structure that's like, you know, an office like 12 feet or something, I mean, you're not gonna see that slope really.
So if you built this house and installed the roof as it is designed, but then later on you wanted to add like trusses or rafters to the roof so you can have a nice triangle on the top of your house, all that would be required would be to remove the gravel, remove the membrane, the 2 foam layers. You already have 3/4 OSB, so that would function as a floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we do 3/4.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
Yeah.
And so then you'd make the triangle trusses, however that works, you'd make that, and then I guess you'd have to figure out how to insulate that roof, but that would be all that you'd have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I think
But if you're doing that, like put on another story, usable. Because I mean, with that, you only have so much space. I mean,
Yeah.
your
Well,
head's gonna hit.
I showed this house to my girlfriend. She's like, "It's a box. I don't like it." She wants a triangle on the roof.
And with the same
Not to me, but yeah.
with the same floor plan, if it had a triangle, she would buy it.
Yes.
Just nod.
Now, would it have to be like an open roof that you actually can see the roof, or it would be just inside look just like that?
I don't think she cares a lot about it. It's mostly just the aesthetic
Outside.
appeal of the outside. I mean, some people do finish their attic. It's kind of cramped. I mean, but you could have a cramped attic.
Would it be
Going on
hard to just
in your
add the
house, right?
triangle
So-
roof on top of it?
Hmm?
Would it be hard to just add a triangle roof on top of it?
It would just be
after it's already
expensive. It wouldn't be hard,
not
it would
hard.
just be expensive. You have to buy the trusses.
built?
How much does it cost
You can't
How much is a truss? 100?
for the roof?
120 a piece-ish.
Yeah, but the standard truss is like you have to do this thing where it's not the standard trusses which are filled in. There's no
Like get
space
a
to walk in.
like don't you do metal triangles up there sometimes?
Yeah, people could do that. That could be expensive.
Oh, you got to buy them if you want it to be a livable space, because it's not the standard
Marcin.
2x4. I think
Why
is that
not?
what you're saying?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I interrupted. I have an idea. What if you like make a couple models like for the eco, for the base, and then just like slightly more expensive one for people who will buy that.
For the triangle people.
For the triangle.
Triangle people.
For triangle people, yeah.
Yeah, the other sad thing about the triangle is you lose
We
that
can make
nice. Go ahead.
Well, we can make that a separate module, the triangle module.
But you're joking, but that's what I'm doing for the. You remember you asked me to do the cubes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a separate
more.
triangle roof that you can put on and remove.
There you
I'm
go.
There
designing
you go.
that.
Yeah, I'll let her
Yeah.
know. The sad thing about the triangle roof though is you lose that nice gravel foam. Now you gotta have
Yeah.
shingles and insulation and that. Could you still have the foam panel insulation on the
On a steep roof?
slope? Yeah.
Well, you don't
Yeah.
need to.
You just have to add shingles, I guess. On it.
You could do a metal roof.
Yeah, well,
It
if
It could be
the
aesthetic.
if the roof wasn't for insulation, I mean, if you didn't make the attic insulated, and you were okay with the attic freezing, you wouldn't need to insulate it. I don't
Right,
know if you would
that's a good
even need
point.
to make it safe if you just made it so it would probably not fall over. And then told people, go up there at your own expense. It's not a living place.
Clever.
Then could you?
Yeah, I mean, if it
I
was
don't know
just
if that'd be
aesthetics,
legal.
you could leave the gravel and just put a triangle on top.
Yeah, and then
But then you wouldn't be, I mean, doing the solar panels, then you're basically giving up on that. Because doing the
Yeah.
solar panels on the gable roof is like a
And you only have
whole,
like half the
Yeah.
space for solar
Yeah.
panels.
Yeah, I would rather do this. But.
yeah.
And when you add the bedrooms, are you just adding solar? I guess you just do the same thing with solar panels on that roof if you want them.
Could do that, or keep the 6 kilowatts, but
So-
probably expand.
Could you
It's
keep
still
this
large.
design and have larger windows, like far larger windows than like the typical, like? windows?
Well, you have to keep, you can have larger windows, but you have to respect bracing rules. So for example, like a whole wall of windows is something that would be problematic for shear. You can do it, but it's tricky, and you need like triple glass. It's like it gets really expensive really fast just because of the requirements for insulation and shear.
Because you no longer have the OSB, which gets you the
Yeah,
shear.
which gets you the shear.
Even
Right.
if you just wanted to have them double that width, that
No, that wouldn't be that would not be an issue. Yeah,
You're talking about,
but
like,
you wouldn't be able to go like you wouldn't be able to go in this direction. You'd have to
Oh.
shift the whole thing because
I
you
see,
need
I
that
see.
corner there.
Yeah.
You can't have an opening that
Structural.
close to a corner.
You could, I guess, you could replace one window with the door.
Yeah,
and have-
but I mean, but you can do on the front what we did on the back, which is this is all window,
Like this
right?
side has no window. It, like if you put a window.
This side, this is all window.
No, the side. Yeah.
Oh, the side.
Yeah, yeah. It has like no window, for example. So if you wanted to put a window there,
You can, yeah.
like.
You can put a window there, right. I didn't put a window there because I wanted to put a fireplace there. And also because we're assuming that this is going to be on a city lot where the thing right next to you is your neighbor's wall. So, but depending on where it is, you can definitely have a window there. You just wouldn't be
Yes.
able to have it very close to the edges. And we're going to have, like the expansion is going to have windows on this side.
So, around here, how many feet of snow do you normally get per winter? At the max?
It's like 2.
2. So then you won't.
2 feet of snow.
And when
Oh,
you,
total.
Yeah.
Right.
Total.
Yeah, and then how much percent solar panel efficiency loss do you lose if you make a 90-degree roof, or if you do less than 90 degrees?
It's not a lot. It's only like an order of like 5% less. It's not a
per panel. Oh.
Yeah, per the system. Like if you do it very low, like 15 degrees, like we do, versus proper angle, which is more closer to 45, it's only like 5% or so. If you look
Okay.
at the tables.
So then, why were you guys saying that you'd be basically giving up on solar panels if you did?
Because you only have half the. That's like half the surface of a flat roof. Nearly half.
But also because it's really hard, it's going to be way more expensive to build and to install the thing because now you're on like I don't know if you guys worked on a sloped
Yeah.
surface. It is like you don't just like on our house, which was the first house that we built. It has a sloped roof, there was only 2 people working on the roof. No one else wanted to get up there, and I can't blame them, right? It just...
We have neighbors, and they have like 8-year-olds running on their sloped ceiling. It is very sloped.
Yeah.
And they'll just hold their hands while they run.
Right.
There's a lot
Now-
of varying slopes. Some are steeper than others.
That one's pretty sloped.
Yeah.
It's like a. It's what's after a 412.
It's 312 is the minimum that. So what we did is 312.
312 is what you did here.
No, on our
On your
house,
house,
which is sloped. So it's the minimum to be considered a sloped roof is 312, and it's sloped.
My first house I built, I did a 12-12 pitch, and I like, well, not again.
Yeah.
That one. Once you start sliding, you don't stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So in my shop, I made it 412.
Did you put like mattresses all around your house?
I had scaffolding at the base, and so I wouldn't go outside where the scaffolding. So if I slid, I'd at least hit the scaffolding.
Yeah.
But
But one way, and this is one thing that we could try, like that I think about, like, and you're gonna see when this is built, because again, like on FreeCAD, you can see that this is a box because you're looking at it from the top. But once you're in front of it, it's not gonna have your little gable thing, but it's not gonna be super obvious that it's a square. And the other thing that you can do is you can really increase the slope on your porch, and that's all you see from the front. And that's not going to cost you much. It doesn't interfere with the solar. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was going to ask what else could you do to make it
Right.
less boxy without adding a triangle
Right.
to the roof. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, and you can do. Our house is not. It's not gable. It's a shed, which I really like personally. But it's very difficult to build.
it's a one slant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's difficult to build that?
No, I mean it's difficult to build. It's just like it's sloped. That's what. That's the only thing. It's not more difficult than a
You
gable.
build it from
but
under,
Right.
but you got to sheathe it from above, and
Yeah.
everything is from above after the trusses.
after the metal, you start sliding on it.
Yeah.
I guess if it was just aesthetic, you could also have a triangle, like a long.
Right. So we can do is like you can transfer the aesthetics to the porch, which is cheap and easy to build, and just make that the thing that you see from the street.
So, do you need to shovel your solar panels in the winter? Because when solar panels are getting...
If it were to
Sun-
snow, yeah, I mean
'Cause-
they're gonna be buried. So
If you lost 5% efficiency from a slope, but then you would never need to shovel it because solar panels are going to get heat from the sun and they absorb that. So they're hotter than everything else. So they'll normally make snow melt on them, and when snow hits the solar panels, it'll normally just slide right off when it's at an angle. So you guys might want to, even if you weren't doing a triangle ceiling, just get stands for the solar panels, and don't know how much this would cost, but elevate the solar panels above the rest of the ceiling and then set them at a slight angle so that you won't need to shovel it nearly as much because the snow will just fall off.
That's pretty much what they did. They have those runners, then they mount them on an angle, so the snow should blow off.
Because then the solar panels are not flat on the runners. The
No,
solar
they're not
panels
flat.
are on triangles.
Yeah. So it's pretty much
Yeah.
like what
Okay,
you
but
described.
like at Granddad's old house, he just put them flat on
Yeah, he was crazy.
and also
Low
never got
students.
snow.
But also like our house has a sloped roof, and when it snows, it's still covered. I mean, eventually it melts and slides off, but it still stays there for a bit.
Okay.
So you can get that angle, but yeah. Any more questions? They're all tapped out.
This was really cool to see. Thanks for sharing.
Thank
you so much.
Really helpful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
for
wait, I
the
have one
feedback,
last
guys.
question.
Yes.
So if I was gonna start designing a house in FreeCAD, how would you recommend I start learning about codes?
Oh, okay. So if you're already okay, so for the codes only come in once you're like already kind of have an idea what you need to do. That's when you start counting studs and things like that. Okay, there is one thing. There is a book. I don't know if it's probably not a cheap book. So basically I learned all about this by reading codes in books. My first issue when I started reading the code was I did not understand the jargon. So if you don't understand the jargon, it's like it doesn't make sense. So I would start by like getting a framing book and just familiarize yourself with all the terminology, like studs, OC, like all the stuff. Because once you understand those words, then the code is going to make sense. And then there are actually books that, more than one, that will translate codes for you. And they will come out every time a new code comes out.
What do you mean translate?
They will tell you in normal people's language, this is what this means. They say like, oh, you see this thing, this means this, that you have to do this.
Do you have any examples of the names of the books?
Let's see. There's probably there's no building codes for dummies, but there's like building codes for. Oh, I am not. Okay, why am I not able to? Oh, okay.
And of course, there's the OBI webinar on code compliance.
Is there?
There is the OBI webinars.
Okay.
It's on the wiki. OBI webinars is one on codes.
Builder's book, code standards, there's the building code essentials, code check complete. This is the actual code, but building codes illustrated, this is one of my favorites. Like you'll just because a lot of the things, like even professional builders and architects will sometimes, like a lot, every time a new code for there's something so mysterious that everyone is scratching their head and submitting questions, then they'll clarify it because sometimes it's just like impenetrable. But this kind of helps, like this building code illustrated. Again, oh, this one is actually really cheap. Man, I should get that. It will actually show you in like drawings what it means. Right? What does it mean that your studs need to be here? Like here is like it's clearly showing you like the stories and like how the insulation and stuff like that. So this would be the best. And then the thing that you need to will help us like wherever you want to build is find their building department if they have a website and find out what code they adopted. And then they're going to have ordinances. It's like learning a new language, like basically. And it's worse because there are not that many reasons. You may need to go to the building department and ask them. But starting with like the illustrated books, that's how I started too, like understanding the terminology and what that means in practice.
If one is to design a house based on CDCO Home 7, do you anticipate there would be a lot of code considerations? I mean, part of the idea of building in this way is that the modules encapsulate a lot of the standards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
There wouldn't be. I mean, we built it for code compliance, so it's not really an issue.
But there's also one thing that I've been thinking that I could do is like I could just design relatively easily a version of the house that complies with the letter of the code. Meaning it wouldn't need engineering.
Right, so, but there's substitution, like for the trusses we do, that needs to be engineered, but you just need to use 2x12s instead.
But that's what I'm saying, I can do a version that's like, okay, here's the alternative where...
Is there anything besides the joist, though, that would need review?
No, you just put it on a slab.
Well, it needs a slab,
just
right.
Do a slab.
Yeah.
If you do a slab and standard trusses.
And standard trusses,
There's nothing in there.
And then... Well, yeah, but the roofing material is innovative.
Roofing material, if they don't like fiber reinforced polyethylene,
you use EPDM. That's what I'm saying. It's like none of it is like, oh, this is like a big change. It just
things
I have a question. What's the smallest increment that you can take from the seed home to add on to it? Like is it based on the floor module size? Like the chunk that you can take from it to add on? Let's say you want to add a bedroom, and does it have to be half the size of the seat home? Can it be
It can
a
be
third?
any size.
Any size?
Any size. The only thing is that you have to, like, by code, we cannot have anything considered a room, a bedroom, or a habitable room cannot be smaller than 7 by 7.
7 by 7.
If not, it's considered a closet. And it has to, there's already thing, it has to have a window.
It has to have a window.
It has to have a window, and it cannot be smaller than 7 by 7.
Why?
Egress.
To get out.
Yep.
Egress, yeah.
You mentioned framing books. Do you have any that you recommend for framing?
Oh, for framing, yeah. I have a book that I really liked. That really helped me understand. I'm trying to remember a complete book. There are so many complete book of framing. Let's see if I can. I have a few of these. Framing basics. House framing. Oh, yes, I think it was one of these. Yes, it was one of these. Rob Fallon. His books are very good. This is the one I really like. Graphic Guide to Frame Construction by Rob Fallon, because this gives you so many. It really explains everything. If you're trying to understand in 3D how things look. Yeah, you can see there's a top plate, there's a stud, there's the joist, and it explains the different types of framing. This is platform framing, the balloon framing, the eaves, everything. This is great. Yeah, I would recommend this one. Oh, and this is interesting too, the advanced framing methods too. But fortunately, there's quite a few books that came out relatively recently. Yeah.
Unrelated question while we're all here. Is anyone heading into Kansas City on the morning of Monday that could give me a ride to the airport?
We are
Tom's going early morning.
Where is Tom?
I don't know. He's building a heat pump.
Oh, he's still at it? Because he wasn't
Probably.
at home.
I should know that, but I don't know. What time are you heading over?
He's doing wiring.
What time are you leaving?
I might need a ride soon.
I will need a ride too.
When's your flight at?
It's around